All right, welcome everyone to your week 3 video tutorial. And recording this one, gosh, it's only 5 p.m., but with the fallback, it's dark outside, so we've got artificial light. Welcome, it might make me really pale. Doing it in the kitchen. So anyway, that aside, for today's video, we will be addressing some fundamental foundational questions. And they may seem obvious, and they may sound familiar. And that'll be either because I've already asked you these questions, or you've asked yourself these questions, or someone else has asked you. But I think it's important to revisit these questions for ourselves. And when you see my eyes kind of turning to the side, that's because I'm reading my little script. And not only answer them in conversation or verbally, but also in writing. So you can refer back to your answers whenever you need to. And you'll want to, just a heads up, free write your answers today during the course of this video. You'll be doing it in a notebook or journal. So be sure to have one nearby and a pen. Okay, so we're in our 3rd week of this course, which means we're about halfway through, midway point. And at this point, it's good to have a reminder of why you made the decision to invest in this course and to invest in yourself in this way. Why you decided to commit to your self-care. What you struggle with when it comes to self-care. And what are the consequences of not taking care of yourself? So this should make it very clear why it's important to consistently commit to your self-care. Especially when the temptation, and excuse my language, but especially when the temptation comes up to blow yourself off, to stand yourself up, to not do it. And if you're like me, that temptation comes up almost daily, probably daily. So it's good to come back to why you're doing this, what brought you here. And that's what we're exploring today. That's what we're revisiting. So we're going to go back to the beginning. What were you thinking about when you invested in this course? Okay? What was going through your mind when you invested in this course? What made you sign up? When it comes to self-care, what do you struggle with the most? What are your biggest frustrations? And what are the consequences of not taking care of yourself? How do you feel when you don't take care of yourself? How do you feel when you do? Okay. What is the impact of not taking care of yourself on your career, your relationships, your health, your life? What is the impact when you do consistently take care of yourself? So those are the first sets of questions, or the first set of questions. And to give you an example, to give you a context, here are my answers. When it comes to self-care, what I struggle with the most is not believing my inner mean girl. So that voice inside of me that tells me that I'm not good enough, whether that's in business, relationships, as a partner, or a daughter, or a friend, in teaching yoga, in intelligence, how smart I am, how much I know, or etiquette, which fork to use, or kindness. I'm not kind enough sometimes. Sometimes I can be a real you know what. And then it just snowballs, and the list is endless. It goes on and on. And that mean girl's really good at convincing me that what she's saying is true. So this is one reason that I try to be so disciplined with and committed to my own self-care. Because I am too quick to believe that inner negative voice. I'm too quick to believe that someone else is better than I am in all of the above categories. And keeping myself disciplined and committed to my morning rituals, my evening rituals, my self-care keeps me from getting lost in that negative inner narrative. So I minimize how often I act out of or make decisions from that dialogue, from that perspective. And I use the word minimize intentionally rather than saying stop completely, because we are imperfect creatures. And no matter how long you have been practicing, there are going to be times when you mess up. And that's just how it goes. Being human, it's being alive. And that's another area where I struggle. Forgiving myself when I mess up. Allowing myself to be vulnerable, to be flawed, to make mistakes. Holding my vulnerability, holding my flaws in love. The consequences of me not taking care of myself are being controlled by that inner narrative, being controlled by fear, insecurity, anger, regret, resentment, and then meeting the world from that place, which means hurting others. Ouch. I hurt myself, I hurt you. That's how it goes. And I feel like crap when I don't take care of myself, and then I throw that crap around, and the people I encounter don't feel that good either. Whereas I feel present, focused, energized, open, compassionate, and more joyful more often when I do take care of myself. My career wouldn't exist if I didn't take care of myself. My relationships would suffer deeply. I would lose a number of them, I'm sure. As would my health. And the quality of my life would be greatly diminished. Whereas the impact of consistently taking care of myself helps me grow my business, enhances my relationships, keeps me healthy, and gives me a life I love. Wow. Pretty amazing, right? So that's me. What about you? So get out your notebook, your journal, your pen, and write down your answers. And the questions are going to be below this video, so you can reference them. And I'm actually, during this video, going to give you 10 minutes right now. So I'm going to use my iPhone, set the timer for 10 minutes, and you are going to just free write. There's no right or wrong answers, just whatever comes up. Don't worry about what it is, just let it out. You can edit later, you can change your mind later. But for these 10 minutes, just let it come from your heart, let it come from your intuition, your gut. The first thing that comes to your mind, just write it down. And don't worry about whether or not you answer all the questions. Maybe there are certain ones that really resonate with you. You can focus on those. but write for 10 minutes. And I will time you, and I will let you know when 5 minutes is up. And then when you have about 2 minutes, and then 1 minute, and then 30 seconds. Okay? All right. So I'm going to set the timer now. Setting it for 10 minutes. So scrolling down my iPhone. This gives you time to get yourself ready. Okay. Here we go. Begin. All right, I've got about 5 minutes left. And 2 minutes. 1 minute. 30 seconds. 15. And you'll want to begin to wrap it up now. Okay. Yay! You did it. I'm actually going to turn this off before it actually starts yelling at us. So awesome. I hope that felt really good. So we're going to do one more series of questions. And the next set of questions focuses on why. This is even more important because why you do what you do is what's going to keep you going when things get rough, when you hit roadblocks, when you're struggling. And we're breaking it down into 3 categories of why. The personal why, the pay it forward why, and the fundamental why. So, on a personal level, why are you committing to self-care? For me, that'd be, it is so important to me to have time that's just about me and is just for me, my Danny time. On a pay it forward, as in how it helps others level, why are you committing to your self-care? For me, that'd be because I am so much kinder and more loving and compassionate, present, and just fun to be around when I take care of myself. I'm able to give so much more to others. And finally, on a fundamental level, as in the underlying foundation of why you commit to self-care. Why do you commit to your self-care? For me, that'd be because it brings out the best in me. And I love the way I feel when I take care of myself. Inspired, energized, grateful, joyful, and in love with life. So don't worry about it. If you're not entirely sure about your answers, just go with your gut. There is no right or wrong. And you can always add to your responses or change your mind later. Don't do that now, just let it all out now. So same thing as what you just did with the what questions. We're going to do that with the why questions. But this time I'm going to give you 6 minutes to answer these questions. 2 minutes for each question. And again, just look below this video to reference those 3 whys: your personal why, your pay it forward why, and your fundamental why. And again, you can also, my answers, let me just repeat them one more time. So personal why is kind of like your selfish why. Me, it's all about me. I get my time. I take care of myself. It's all about me. Pay it forward, the altruistic why. I make other people's lives so much better when I come in contact with them because I'm taking care of myself. I'm able to give so much more. And the fundamental why, the sort of deep fire, soul why. It inspires me. I'm in love with life. I am the best person that I can be when I take care of myself. Okay? So I will set our iPhone alarm. And let's go from 10 to 6. Here we go. Ready? Begin. All right, it's almost 4 minutes, so about time to go to your second why. Almost 2 minutes, time to go to your third why. About 1 minute left. And 15 seconds. Can you wrap it up? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Yay. I hope that felt really good. You got some good aha moments or insights there, or just a nice release and reminder about what brought you to this program and why self-care is so important to you. And on a personal level, a selfish level, which is really important, I believe, to acknowledge and respect. On an altruistic level, on pay it forward level, like this is helping other people too, which is also part of how us as human beings, we as human beings are hardwired. We want to contribute. We're communal creatures. And then finally, on that soulful level, on that fundamental level, which really speaks to our soul. And that keeps us going. Those 3 whys, I think probably in some ways, especially the third, but all of them keep us going when we begin to doubt or we get tired or frustrated, or hit those roadblocks and there's resistance. So you can return to these why questions and these why answers that you have created for yourself, that you have finally written down for yourself and made clear and clarified. And you can always edit later on. You can always change your mind or add to. So, yay! So the final thing that I'd like you to do is your homework for today is to fill out a Google questionnaire form giving me your answers to these questions. And you'll find the link for this questionnaire below the video and in your email. So it'll be below the why questions, and it'll be in the email that I send you when I send you the content of week 3 or the first day of week 3. So that way I'll know that you did the work, and I can use your answers to inform the content in this course going forward, as well as in future courses, and to help inspire and encourage you for the next 3 weeks. Sound good? Great. So go to the link below, type in your answers, and take good care of yourself. Namaste.